Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Reporting live from Money Earned in Mount Vernon. We bring to you the Nothing But Love podcast show. I go by the name of Moneymike.
I go by Mainovent.
And today we got a special guest, celebrity stylist, fashion designer of Bogart Entertainment.
Yes, sir.
We bring to you Mike B.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, Mike, we got to dive right into it. Mike B, tell the viewers where you from.
From Greenburgh, New York.
Okay.
914, baby.
Yes. So that's Westchester County, suburban.
County, his house.
You know what I'm saying?
Cheddar.
It's a little up there, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. So, you know, back late 80s, 90s, I think the biggest thing for y'all up there was like the Galleria, right?
Galleria, but then in Greenburgh, you know, you had skating. You got skating down at
skating
the
rink
center.
up there?
No,
at the center.
At the center.
Oh, right. They did have
Crazy.
skating. Okay.
Friday nights.
And name that center again. Name that center. What is it? Theodore, right?
Well, back then it was Theodore Young.
Theodore Young Center, right.
Now it's, no, back then it was Fairview Greenburgh Community Center.
Oh, really? Okay.
Now it's Theodore Young.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're originally from Greenburgh, born and raised?
Well, I was born in New Rochelle.
Oh, New Rochelle.
Yeah, I was born in New Row.
Okay, so you was in the row for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiny bit.
So for a quick second, you could have been down Grand Poopa and all that.
Yeah. You know, my mom's worked at 95 Lincoln.
Okay.
Across the street from the park and all that.
Oh, the park right there, yeah.
And, you know, when I was one, my parents took it. Well, my family's Jamaican.
Right.
So when I was one, they took me to Jamaica. But then once I turned 2, we came back to the States because they wanted to have my brothers here in the States, Paul and Greg.
Okay.
Then after that, we went back to JA again.
Went back.
Yeah.
So you remember all that?
Yeah.
Being in Jamaica and all that?
Absolutely.
Okay, got you.
Down River Falls early.
Okay, early, okay.
So after that.
Oh, so you drinking porridge and all that?
Yeah.
Aki and sawfish on Sunday. You got
the
the real.
Your brethren.
You got the real
Jamaican brothers.
Yeah.
No, the difference with me, every view is I'm 100% Jamaican. No one really knows it because my mother didn't really push the heritage on me.
Right.
Even though my mother and father is full-fledged, hardcore Jamaican.
So you born and bred Jamaica?
No, I was born here, but my whole entire family is Jamaican.
Right, me too.
Yeah.
But we were born here though.
Yeah, we was born here,
so
but
we're
you went
first
back.
generation.
Right, you went back and
Right.
experienced the culture. I was going to Jamaica on vacations every year, like twice a year.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
my mother never really pushed the culture on me because you know they used to make fun of Jamaican kids back in the day.
Absolutely.
She didn't want that to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? It was real funny coming up, and then we went through the era where Jamaicans was accepted. It was cool to have the belt travel fox. Am I saying it right, man?
Absolutely.
And then everybody wanted to be Jamaican when once Shaba come out.
Right.
Everybody wanted to be
Right.
Shaba. What was the girl name? Cleopatra. Patra. Everybody wanted to be Jamaican. Shelly Dunder.
Yeah.
It was a year or two. Everyone wanted to be the. Shout out to all the Jamaicans out here. So back to you, Mike. Okay, so you come back, move to Greenburgh.
Well, no. When we come back, we went to New Rochelle.
Okay.
And then after New Rochelle, that's when I reached to Greenburgh now.
Okay.
So by the time I got to Greenburgh, I was probably like 9.
Okay, you older. Okay.
Yeah, about 8, 9.
8, 9. So you remember New Rochelle people?
Absolutely.
Okay, you remember. Oh, so you
'cause
got a
I
little
went
New
to-
Rochelle history.
Yeah, because I went to Daniel Webster
Okay.
and I went to Trinity.
So you know some New Rochelle people.
Yeah.
You know what's so
absolutely.
funny? There's some New Rochelle people that know you, so it makes sense now.
Well, they don't know me from back then. They know me because I was playing Young Life. So when I grew up playing Young Life, that's where I knew Rich Carlos and Big Horse, Sam and all
Okay.
them, and Rashad and Krabby and the
Okay,
brothers.
okay.
Like, so when I was playing ball, I was playing Young Life, and then we was playing in the tournaments out there too.
Right.
So while we was doing the tournaments out in Lincoln Park,
Yeah.
me and the rest of the homies like from Greenburgh, Walk, and all of us, we
Yeah.
start roaming the hood and
Okay.
start
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come back in time for our game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for the people, what is Young Life? What is that for the people?
Young Life was like the Westchester Gauchos, Riverside.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you had Mr. Thompson, Curtis Thompson, Bouncy.
Okay.
So he was originally from Harlem.
Okay.
So what Thompson did was when he moved to Greenburgh, I grew up with his son Tremaine, and he had an older brother Richie.
Okay.
So what Mr. Thompson would do is whoever had like a little highlight playing ball, you know what I'm saying, with it, he would grab us kids and then he would bring us downtown to Harlem.
Okay.
So
he's like a mousy, like
he was mousy early.
Yeah.
Okay. But like I would say from Mount Vernon, you had Rasul was on our Young Life squad.
Okay.
Dean Marshall was on our Young Life squad.
Oh, Dean, yeah, that's my guy.
The twins back in the day, I think was like Ed and I forgot these twins that used to run with us.
The Pritchards?
Huh?
Not the Pritchards, right? Brian Pritchard and his brother.
Yeah. They
the
ran with us. They ran with us too.
Yeah. Those my
Dio
guys.
was Young Life also. Dio ran Young Life too.
Okay.
Groove ran a little Young Life back then too.
Okay.
So he was.
So those cats through ball. Groove through ball.
Yeah. Well, no, I met Groove later. We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
So I met Groove in like I would say maybe 88, 89.
Old school.
Yeah, absolutely. So so we was doing Young Life downtown early. We was doing Rucker.
So you a ball
Lil
player.
Bang.
So it's safe to say you a ball player.
What position you played?
I was a strong forward.
Okay.
I was big
okay.
man.
Okay. Here you go.
Okay, down low and stuff like that.
I was a big man with
drop
a
step.
handle,
Yeah, a little drop step.
Yeah. And throwing it too. Yeah. Don't sleep.
Okay. All right.
So but I was basketball and football. Football was my thing too. So I was tailback, backup quarterback, linebacker. So that was my thing.
So that's a little unusual
Sports
for Jamaican dude. Like what was the influence there? From school, family member, what?
For sports?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even a family member. It was just Greenberg. It's like when you came up.
Oh,
Greenberg,
just coming up. That's what they did, right?
Yeah, you learned to play basketball, football. I played soccer. My parents had us in everything.
Oh, okay,
so
that's dope.
Me, Paul, and Greg, we was doing soccer. We played baseball.
Oh, that's
dope.
What
I'm saying? We did all of that. Football and basketball just turned into our thing.
Oh, that's
Brother
dope.
Paul started boxing. He went into Golden Gloves and all of that too.
Paulie?
So, yeah. Paulie was a Golden Glove champ.
Wow,
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Paulie. Shout out to Paulie out in Atlanta. That's my guy.
So Greg and I, we stuck with the football thing. Although I loved basketball, football was my thing.
Okay.
What position is that?
Me, I was running back.
Running back.
Tailback.
Really?
Yeah, I was tailback.
Okay.
Yeah. Me, Nigay.
So you was better at football than basketball, or what would you say?
I was better.
Now that you look back at it,
I loved basketball, but I was better in football.
Really?
Yeah. I was supposed to go to school for football and all that.
Wow. Did you win any championships? Or?
Yeah, absolutely, all the time.
Okay.
Oh, that's dope.
Against Mount Vernon?
No, because we was different class. Mount Vernon, I think, was A class. Woodlands was a B class.
Okay.
So I was playing football with Woodlands.
Okay.
So
what school you would have went to if you would have went for football?
Well, I went to Westchester.
Right.
Fairleigh Dickinson up in Terrytown.
Okay.
And then, if I'm correct, I was supposed to go to Syracuse.
Oh, that's dope.
Now,
that
the reason
been dope.
why I didn't go to Syracuse is because I also had one foot in the streets.
Okay.
I caught a sale indictment.
Oh, wow.
So then that just...
Wait, in Greenberg, White Plains?
Greenberg. Caught a sale indictment in Greenberg.
Okay. Wow.
So,
what year was that?
This was... I graduated high school in 90.
Yeah.
I was supposed to... Well, that was supposed to be 90.
91.
Yeah,
91. Right.
But what's crazy is because I remember the day of graduation.
Yeah.
I remember seeing my mom's, graduation, all the kids is happy.
Everybody's happy. Yeah.
My mom's is knowing that I got to do a bid. I got to go to Valhalla after graduation. You know what I'm saying?
Selling diamonds is the minimum is the 6 months, right?
Yeah. So,
back there.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I caught another sale also too. So
in the mix of that.
Yeah. So during these times right now.
Did they run it concurrent or you just waiting?
It was crazy because all I know is that
you probably had the YO first and then you got the second one and threw it out.
Well, no, I had YO for a robbery.
There you go.
Yo, Mike, you had a lot going on.
Do your thing.
Wait, hold on, Mike.
All this stuff we ain't know, Mike. We ain't know this, Mike.
A life of crime. Hold on, this is
E.
What was that? E
Don't let the
with
foot-
true story and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah, don't let the
Damn,
funny
Mike, I ain't.
clothes fool you, bro.
Okay.
Mike is real. Mike is real calm right now.
Yeah, because usually they try to give you a wild with your first defense.
So I had the YO
for
the early robbery.
Right.
And then
And that was that you or the dudes you was running with? Because that don't seem like it was you. Or what happened? The crowd you was running with, or just
I mean, I guess it was
on
me.
that time,
it was
right?
Yeah, it was.
It was that time. That was that time.
It was that time. It was, you coming up and you running around in the streets. You still figuring out who you are.
Right.
You still have your crew. Yeah. But then
and you see a lick.
Yeah. At the same time too, though, like in my crew, I also had Jamaicans in my crew too. I had Webmark, my cousin Toyloy. So regardless of us. When we was younger, we might have was getting teased, but then now as we getting older
it's real.
You go from young boy to rude boy now, like you know what I'm saying. So there's certain things, me and my brothers, certain mixes we were getting into because during this time now, when my parents actually thought that they was keeping us away from Greenberg to stay out of trouble, Paul, Greg, and I and my sister Camille, we grew up going to church in Harlem. So when my moms first came from Jamaica, she migrated to Harlem. She was 142nd between Amsterdam and Broadway. The church we grew up on was 148th between Amsterdam and Broadway. So you have my cousins and my godbrothers and them from Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. We going to church in Harlem. So during the
you
time,
knew the culture.
Yeah, automatically, early.
Yeah. So even though y'all upstairs in suburban, you know how to go downtown. You
Absolutely.
know what it is. You privy to a lot of stuff that people from where you from, they're clueless.
Right.
Got you.
So so the folks in Greenberg thinking that we're not spending the weekends with them have no idea.
We downtown.
Brothers, we're
in the
going
mix.
to Colonial. We're going to Polo Grounds. We're going to Eastchester Projects.
Right.
Avenue H in Brooklyn. Star City. Pink houses. Early. This is early 80s.
Early.
You understand what I'm saying? So So we talking.
You well advanced.
Yeah. So we talking.
You got sheet smoke.
Coliseum.
You know when a robbery is about to happen.
You know what I'm saying?
You probably going to rooftop. We take quarters.
I didn't. I was too young for rooftop.
Right.
I didn't go to rooftop until my cousin Dre took me to rooftop.
Okay.
And Latin Quarters and Union Square and all that.
Okay.
That's as I started getting older. But as we was young, we still taking dollar vans from Queens to Empire Skate in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So
you ever go to the rink out in Jersey back in the days? Or?
Yeah, this is early now.
But he going way before.
Rink is.
He's still talking about 80s. I don't think crack was out. He's talking about before crack. He's talking about you had to be really tough outside.
Like 83, 83,
because the rink wasn't until like 91. Nah. Rink was a little later. After the rooftop flow, because the rooftop flow probably stopped around like early 90s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would say
definitely.
like 90, 91, 92 maybe even, right?
Probably 91.
No, before that, Rooftop
90.
stopped like 89, 80.
I graduated from high school in 90.
Yeah.
So I wasn't doing the rink with Barry until like, let's say 93.
Right.
92, 93.
That's when it was popular, right.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's very popular.
Now we're driving, and this is after you leave the rink, you come down and you hitting 45th, going straight to Willie's, or you going to do that circle lap around 125, come up 8, come back down 7. You know what I'm saying? Or you might even catch the Grant's Tune Flow on a Wednesday.
Right.
So to bring it back, we was doing city life early.
So real quick, I want to get back to something. So you end up doing a bit.
Did a couple.
So you did
a couple.
You had to do the 6 months.
Shout out to my man Crime. I met Crime. Crime is from the Vernon. I met Crime in 2 East and all of that.
Okay. So you did the 6 months.
Jay Black in second floor library and all that.
Shout out to Jay Black. Shout out to Jay Black. So you did the 6 months.
Yeah, did the 6 months.
And then your next bid was what?
My next bid was a bullet.
Oh, you had to do a bullet.
Yeah, I did a bullet.
And what was that for?
That was for the second sale indictment.
Oh, wow, you got another.
So everything you did was basically county time.
Yeah,
never up north.
Nah, I never went up north.
Okay. So you catch another sale indictment, and you do a bullet. Now, what was that experience like for you doing the bullet that time?
I mean,
was it rough, regular?
To be honest with you, I can't really
What year was
say.
that?
This was 91.
91, okay.
This was like 91 because I came home 92, 93.
Oh, you came home 92, 93, okay.
Around that time.
Oh, so you came home when it was really popping.
Yeah.
Popping. Yeah.
So,
okay.
Thank God, me just being blessed, I never really saw life rough. Like, I never saw the the streets is just being rough as we was running around because, mind you now, although I'm running around Greenberg and White Plains, you know, because of running around with my cousins and all these throughout these different boroughs, by the time I come up to Westchester, it's like kids play. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but don't get me wrong, the streets was definitely wilding out there.
It's different.
It was just
but it's different.
different.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah. So
you in the boroughs is quick to get in some shit. Yeah.
So I never saw jail as like, yo, when I come to jail, when I go to jail, yo, you gotta have your back against the wall.
Yeah.
I was just
sharper than the ice pick.
Yeah, it was just really
it
was just taking one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? You go to jail, I was minding my business. I wasn't trying to be in the mix with everybody.
Right.
I wasn't trying to act like I was hard rock.
Right.
It was just Mike B, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So boom. Let's fast forward a little bit. All right, so you get to the point. Tell us about the point where how does the music industry come into your life?
Wow. The music industry.
Through who?
The music industry came into my life after I came home from that last bid.
That's 93.
I started writing rhmes.
Oh, okay.
When I was locked up.
Right.
So how I got into the industry was hanging out with Negay.
Right.
Rest in peace, Cousin Large.
Right.
Rest in peace, my man Liddell.
Liddell. Is that Pep?
Yeah, Pep.
Okay, shout out to Pep.
Have
So I want to tell the viewers real quick. I know Mike B because I used to chill in Greenberg with Mike, a good friend of Mike B's, Ronnie Postel Berry. Am I saying it right?
Yep.
And that's a very good friend of mine. Shout out to Berry. Free Berry.
Free
Berry. And that's how me and Mike B got cooler. But we're gonna get into how I originally know Mike B. But in a second. But I used to hang up there, and it's so crazy because shout out to Kevin Pedro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kevin Pedro he's a young boy, younger than us. So when I came up to Greenberg, 96, 97.
Rest in peace, Kenyatta.
Rest in peace to Kenyatta, yes. I came up to Greenberg. Kevin's a young boy in high school. So I'm coming on the block. I'm fly. I'm from the city, hanging out with Berry.
Fly, Mike?
Yeah, I was super fly. I'm rocking cool G's, leather coats. They never seen leather tassel.
Wait, whoa.
Let's give a mic.
Whoa. We've never seen what?
No. Okay, so listen. On the whole, Greenberg.
Charge him, Mike. I'm listening. Go ahead, Mike.
Coming to Greenberg.
Right.
I got the cool G sweater.
Okay.
I had a yellow Yankee coat I bought from Baltimore.
This is later though. This is 96
going to 97.
Oh, okay.
Get on him, Mike. Get on him.
So hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
Keep this in mind. The year.
Right.
Because we was rocking Cool G 93.
Right, but you weren't the first.
No, I'm not saying the first.
That we saw Cool G's though.
No. I'm not saying the first. I'm not saying. Whoa. Let's back this up. When I started rocking Cool G in 93, not too many people was rocking Cool G in 93.
I was doing Cool G. I had a cream. My first Cool G was a cream short sleeve.
Okay. Ooh. So my first Cool G was the blue
with the cream hush puppies on.
And you probably got it from Bloomingdale's.
No, I actually got that from in ATL.
Okay.
During this time, I was back and forth to Atlanta with my man Glenny. Rest in peace, Clay too. That just happened to pass too. And shout out to Mike from Yonkers too. But yeah,
I bought mine from Bloomingdale's in White Plains.
So right now we got the Coogee sweater.
Yeah, we balance.
I got mine.
Yeah, me and Mike is balance.
The Coogee balls and shit.
Mine came from one of these. Like, it was like a white man's store.
Right.
Because let's be honest, Coogee wasn't from our culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it was from Australia. Actually, from Australia.
It's an Australia brand.
And people really got it from Bill Cosby. Because at the time,
he was the first one I've seen.
The show.
And
when they seen the show, it was like, oh, let's get it.
Absolutely.
And it was on the
rise.
rise.
The hustlers and street niggas started getting them. And
the street niggas. And it was the twins from Mount Vernon. Shout out to the twins from Mount Vernon. Eddie
Lance, shout out. It was good.
They was like, I went with them to go. We the first dudes from Mount Vernon besides Walt G to go to Bloomingdale's in White Plains and get the Coogies. And 25. Shout out to 25.
Right. And me. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but that was a little before you.
You
didn't come in that circle. You was locked up. Right.
But as soon as I came home,
Well, you got yourself together.
Exactly.
But we battling right now.
But I was never
this guy. I'm battling with this guy, the fashion designer.
I'm not battling, son. I'm not battling.
We sparring right now. Nah, we sparring right now.
Easy like a layup, bro. Word. I'm not
it's
even
all love,
battling.
Mike. I love this guy.
Nah, because you was going into a flow like we never
yeah.
saw tassels and this and that until you came to the block.
Let me tell you what I mean by that.
Greenberg was fly, bro, from day one.
Let's back this up.
Day one.
Okay. So let me back this up. You know what I mean? Like going up there, it was like
the new kid in school when you came. By the time you came to the
when
block.
I came, it was like.
But there were other Vernon kids that was coming to Greenberg long before you were.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
You were kind of like Christopher Columbus.
Right.
You ain't discovered Greenberg yet.
But it was the little
Shout out to my man Rob Young.
It was a little,
and Claude.
It was a little different for me because even though I was from Mount Vernon, we talking Harlem, hard body to certain people that was foreign to them. Not saying that a lot of people in Greenberg didn't know what Harlem was. I'm not saying that. But to the average, it's like, damn, you been Harlem? And then we started me and Barry was bringing dudes from the block down to Harlem that's not used to that. We're bringing them down like, yo, hop in the car, let's go. And they're like, yo. But I'm not, but I want you to take you out the equation in your circle. I want you to really think about what I'm saying.
Nah, because my OG's been going to Harlem, bro.
That's cool, but that's y'all.
Okay.
Circle you was around. Now
but it's not even my circle. Like, I gotta keep it funky with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like OGs like Corey B, VC Vaughn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ringo, Dante Jackson, like all these cats been hitting Harlem.
Right.
From a different standpoint from this perspective that we're speaking on right now.
Right.
I was hitting Harlem by default because of my Jamaican heritage and my mom's, and we going to church, and my Jamaican family is also. So I'm already not just hitting Harlem, I'm hitting all these other boroughs. But as far as the Hustlers era,
right.
there was OGs before me that was already into the hustling, like, you know, Sammy Phillips. I don't want to sound like I'm dry snitching, but these is like my OGs that was going downtown doing what they was doing to come back uptown to flip what they was flipping on the block. You understand what I'm saying? So if we talking early crack era, like we talking tricks in 86, it's time to build. Like, you know what I'm saying? God Bodies and 5%ers and all of that was already in Greenberg. Going to Harlem and learning their mathematics early, like, you know what I'm saying?
Just like with everything, you know what I'm saying? Whatever crew you was in, it's like you have tunnel vision.
Absolutely.
So you're gonna always see what you see. He
Absolutely.
See what he see.
But
you know what I'm saying? So you never he probably didn't pay
But
attention.
my flow is different because I'm gonna tell you this: I'm not from the block.
Right.
I was from the Hill in Greenberg.
Okay.
I'm from Parkway Gardens.
Okay.
I grew up running around in Travis Park and all of that.
Okay.
I knew the block.
So the Hills is what, Granadas?
Yeah, no. The Hill is further up the hill. Granadas is off the Hillside Avenue.
Off the hillside, but
you know what I'm saying?
Up.
Right. So I'm further up. I'm Parkway Homes, Parkway Gardens, Travis Park, South Road, North Road, County Center. I was specifically County Center in Jackson is where me, Paul, and Greg was at.
Okay.
Right? So now, yes, I knew the block because after school, I was playing ball down at the center. Now, it would have been hard for me to go up to the Hill after school to come back down to the center to go to practice. So I started hanging out in the projects through my homie Mike Dimbo. I was going to Mike Dimbo's crib. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mike, Lisa, you know what I'm saying? Gina, his sister's like, you know what I'm saying? And then going to Nene's crib and Negay's crib and Mark Dean's crib. So I was shout
out to Negay.
So I was already on the block through that way.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, I didn't start seeing the different dimensions and the elements of the activities that go down on the block as I'm leaving 33 to walk to the center. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how that comes about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then, you know, if you want to talk about the game and all of that, you know.
Now, we're going to skip over that.
Yeah.
We're going to come back to that.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to come back to that. So let's get back to going into your introduction
to the music
industry.
So
what was your first introduction and with who? Is that more through Groove or someone else? Or got introduced?
My first introduction to the industry might have been, rest in peace, Pabon, Phil Pabon, my man Peter Paul.
And these are guys.
These are Greenberg
guys from Greenberg.
Okay, so Chris Woodley introduced us to his brother that was out in Queens. That used to produce for Mtume back in the days.
Okay. They made Juicy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, Peter Paul is originally a Brooklyn cat, and Pabon is a Queens cat. Yeah. Pabon at the time was managing Nas, Akinelli, Fugees early.
Okay.
Negay, Glenny, rest in peace, Cousin Large, my man Talib, my man Burt. We just started rapping. We had his crew. It was called Mad Chemistry.
Okay. That's the crew name, Mad Chemistry?
That was the crew.
Okay.
We were like
Still got those demos?
Actually, I do.
On the cassette.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a demo on cassette, like you want to shout that.
Cassette,
you really want to shout that.
Cassette in the deck.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh no, we ain't history books. We did promos for Flex and all that.
Wait. Hold that thought. We got to pay some bills. We're gonna come right back with Mike B and his classic story, classic moment.
Hilarious.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. So we back at the NuttinButLuv podcast show, talking to Mike B.
Yo.
And we diving back into Mike B. So you're telling us about your rap career and your rap career. You know what I'm saying? You was rapping Mike Check and all that early days.
Couple of minutes.
Yeah. You had the cassette tape and all that. You was shopping your demo.
30 minutes. About 30 minutes.
You was shopping your demo around? You actually shopped your demo, Mike?
Yeah, real talk.
Okay.
Real talk.
Okay. How was that process, shopping your demo?
It wasn't actually like a shopping a demo thing, because during this time, us being from Greenberg, we felt like we pretty much, what's the word I'm looking for? We felt like we were already a part of this thing.
Okay.
We felt like, we were supposed to be here.
Right.
So, it was more or less like, these kids have the audacity to be here, and they're just from Greenberg, right? So, like I said, Pabon, he was like managing us.
Yeah.
Peter Paul was managing us.
Right.
Then somehow we got a tape to Funkmaster Flex.
Okay, Flex.
And we did an ad. We did a promo for Flex at one time.
How did that work out?
It was dope. He played it.
Oh, you played it?
Yeah,
on the
absolutely.
Radio. Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
What year was this?
This was 93, 94 now.
Okay.
93, 94.
Okay, so you just come home from a bed.
Yeah, and I was just like, jail shit is whack.
Right.
Street shit.
You trying to get on? Everybody trying to get on because everybody trying to get a deal back then.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because of course, when you locked up now, we start seeing how our culture is starting to move in this hip hop game, and the money is starting to be generated.
Yeah. Remember, Wu-Tang was on the rise, 93.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's real.
So
yeah. So did y'all get to the point where was y'all thinking about a video, or y'all wasn't really quite there
yet? We were just basically just trying to
hardcore
figure it
rap
out and see where we're gonna land at.
Okay, got you.
Now, after a while, it started getting aggravating. I don't know how it came about, but Groove brought me to Bad Boy. But right before Groove brought me to Bad Boy, Ward Colbert. Ward is from the Vernon.
Yeah, I know Ward.
Ward's pops and my pops used to hang out. They were really
cool. So it's an interconnection.
And Glenny's pops, they were all fam.
Ward
and Glenny are cousins.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's how we actually got to meet Ward.
And Ward was messing with Puff Heavy.
Bad Boy Heavy.
Yeah, Heavy. He messed with Puff Heavy.
Right. So during this flow, I already knew Groove. I had already met Black already in the joint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So by the time Ward is bringing us to the office.
It was really Ward then, safe to say.
Yeah, I could say that. Well, Ward brought us to Puff in D.C., Howard Homecoming weekend.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That was the introduction.
That was the introduction.
Okay.
I actually went down there with Groove that weekend.
Now, how did you meet Groove?
I met Groove. I think I met Groove up at Westchester Community College.
Okay.
And then also my uncle used to have a mechanic shop off of 3rd and his mom's block, I think, was Cleveland or something like that. And when my pops used to bring me to my uncle's mechanic shop on Saturday mornings, I used to see Groove coming through the block. Not knowing where he was coming from at the time, but he'd come through the block and we would just start kicking it at the payphone or something. Just vibing.
Yeah, okay.
So then, we was kicking it and he was like, yeah, we might do DC this weekend. I was like, where? I was like, yo, son, if you want to do it, I'll drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we went down there and we was at the hotel. Ward brought us upstairs. Ward was like, yo, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, so the connection came through with Ward, Groove, bounced back.
It was just a flow. It was that 914.
And then ultimately, pull your mic up to you. Yeah, there you go.
So the introduction to Puff was basically as a rapper, as an artist, or just to get down with
it? It was as a rapper, actually.
Okay, so you was introduced like, hey, my dudes.
Well, by the time I got to Puff, Puff, they didn't even remember any of all that. You know what I'm saying?
But that was the introduction.
That was pretty much the initial introduction.
Okay.
Then later on, Groove knew I was trying to get on. Black knew I was trying to get on.
Yeah.
So then Groove and Black would just have me start coming down to the office.
Yeah, come down. That's what it was back then.
That's really what it was.
It was like, yo, we down.
Right.
If you around, just be with us. Shit.
What was that? The office on 18th?
19th Street.
19th, right.
So my brother Mike Ross used to bring me down to
come
the
down.
office all the
They was
time.
telling everybody, come down, come down.
So we used to flow.
If you was cool with everybody, come down.
And then
that's what it was.
I think a wave happened that, like, one night B.I. was performing, Big was performing at what was that joint? What was that theater on Broadway?
Beacon?
The Beacon Theater.
Beacon, yeah.
Big had a show at the Beacon.
Okay.
And we just caught that wave right there. And then
now everybody talking.
Now I just start showing my face and just being around. Now I'm in the office with Groove and Black.
Right.
And, I'm still writing rhymes, but then I'm like, it's just too much going on in this office right now. Right. Now I'm like, okay, this is like a business.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm seeing...
Forget the right rhymes.
Right, I'm seeing marketing. I'm seeing promotions.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the A&R department. I'm seeing, Kirk Burroughs was the general manager at the time. Yeah. So to move fast forward, now I'm kind of like forgetting the rap career.
Right.
And I'm just
trying
really
to find your niche
learn
in
the
where
business.
But was you always fly doing out all that time? You was fly?
Yeah,
like,
why wouldn't I?
Fashion conscious?
Yeah,
everything was good?
I was like, during this flow, I was a low head.
Okay. That's
Our crew was called
Polo.
Polo for the people.
Polo. Okay, for the people. This is for the viewers.
Security to know about that polo shit, right?
That's what we talk like. Yeah. Because I
always say,
Kera, we miss you, Kera.
I always say BK had the low lives.
Yes.
But I felt like our crew was the lowest lifers.
Right. Okay.
Understand?
But we gotta let the people know that you was fly during all this time.
Yeah.
On introduction. Okay.
Day one.
All right. That's what's up.
Okay.
And y'all can check the receipts.
We know. I just want the people to know. I want the people to know.
Yeah. They need to know. This is YouTube. This is for the whole world.
This is for the world. So when I say I just want people to know
in New
who you
York,
are, you know what I'm saying?
Whole world, the year
know you.
What
This
year
is
is
what the
this?
people to know.
This is like 94, 95 now.
94, so I was a low head, nothing less than guess. You know what I'm saying? We was doing Tommy.
94,
right. You know what I mean? We was doing a few things.
Okay.
So let's talk about 94. So 94, I think, does Juicy come out in 94? They do the Juicy video?
I would say Juicy probably came out like about 94,
yeah 94. I remember that.
It was 95.
I'm going to tell you how deep it was. I'm at Edenwood Projects on Laconia Avenue. Well, G, Groove, and two other people pull up. They're like, yo, we about to go to Brooklyn and somewhere else to shoot Juicy. You want to come? I'm with some other Bronx niggas. And at the time, I should have went, but I'm in the mix. So I'm like, no, go ahead. And they came to Laconia Avenue, to get the bud and all that. And they was like, no, you should come. I'm like, nah, I got to bust a move. And so back to your story. I'm just bringing you back to like what was going on.
So
94.
So 94, 95, I'm just starting to come into the office.
You coming into the office more?
I come into the office now. I'm transitioning from this guy trying to get signed to just hanging around in the office and promotions, but I'm Groove and Jay Black's man.
Right, use it.
So,
right.
But during this time, I'm more of Groove's assistant because Groove is the in-house stylist.
Okay, that makes sense.
Groove is the in-house stylist. Dibbing and dabbing in promotions. I'm going trips with them to Jack the Rapper, to Gavin.
Jack the Rapper, yes.
One van trip. I'm sitting in the van with Harv Pierre, and we actually come up with the Mike Geronimo I'm So High remix.
Okay, the remix, right.
That's how the remix came about.
Right.
Just me and
Harv
Harv.
didn't want to be in the video and all that.
I don't even know about any of that, but I just know sitting in the van,
Yeah.
I helped Harv come up with the hook for the remix.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that was Harv that came up with the hook.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then now I'm like Groove's assistant, but I'm learning promotions firsthand through Jay Black, June Balloon, Shan, you know what I mean? Shout out to Mel Smith. And now I'm learning, you know, how the executive part goes, where I start becoming Leote Blacknore's intern. So
And who's that?
Leote was Puff's personal executive assistant. So now I'm Groove's assistant, but I'm Leote's intern. So now I'm learning how Puff's itinerary and his movements are, right? But now I'm also dipping in Kirk Burroughs' office, who at the time was the general manager. I'm learning marketing because at the end of the day, all of this that goes on comes back to marketing, whether it's promotions, whether it's shooting a video, whether it's making a record, whatever the case may be, everything ties back to marketing.
Real quick, not to cut you off. Super Mario, at what point does he come in this?
Mario comes
right
into
after
the
you, right?
picture.
Kind of like right after you, right?
Kind of right after me because Mario and RC and them were coming off of the Uptown flow, the Uptown Records flow.
Okay.
So you had a lot of folks that were at Bad Boy that was coming from the Uptown Records office.
And
also
Uptown
too.
is heaven over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So remember,
so Mario was there first.
Yeah, absolutely. So remember.
Oh wow.
So remember.
I thought he started at Bad Boy.
Was a producer and A&R at Bad Boy at Uptown.
And then he left and started Bad Boy.
And he started Bad Boy.
Oh, so Mario was there with Puff at Uptown and then came
Uptown,
over.
and then came to Bad Boy. Once Bad Boy.
Shout out to Mario. That's my guy. That's my guy right there.
So as the Bad Boy promotions and the guerrilla street team, the guerrilla marketing,
he gets that deal,
comes into play, and Puff gets the deal. Now there's a promotions department,
and that was with Clive Davis, right? He helped him out with that.
Well, Clive was Arista.
Okay.
So you had Bad Boy Records, you had Uptown Records where they were through Universal,
right?
Okay.
But then you had Bad Boy Records where their parenting company was Arista Records.
Right.
So if I'm correct, I'm not sure. I think how Puff got his deal was through the help of maybe LaFace, which was Babyface.
It was in the mix
LA
of that.
Reid.
Yes.
That was at LaFace
in
Records.
The mix. Right.
Their parenting company was Arista
Clive,
as well.
In the mix.
Yeah, I heard Clive had a major
So I guess
effect
through them,
mix of all that. Yeah.
Through them is how Puff got on the radar of Clive.
Clive,
you understand what I'm saying? So now I'm trying to still figure this out here.
Right.
Because I'm like, okay, you know, at this time, yes, I was coming to Bad Boy Fly. At this time, I had Jetta and I had a Canary Yellow 320i at the time. So during these flows, you know, I'm coming to the office. You know, I got the mobile flips. I introduced my man. I introduced my mobile flip phone man to my credit card cat. So now I'm hustling burners. And burners are phones.
For the people.
We're talking phones.
For the people.
All right, we're not talking
back then.
We're not talking firearms.
Exactly. The phones.
Yeah, we're talking phones.
You could get an unlimited phone for like $50, $80 back then.
Yeah.
Am I saying it right, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely.
So burners are phones.
Yeah, Motorola joint, the great joint, the flip. You know, you could unlimited for the whole month.
What that's about. But
so that was my hustle.
A lot of y'all wasn't outside.
I was either moving the phones or I was moving, you know, nickel bags of weed, whatever it was. Because during this time as an intern, you was only getting $5 and 2 tokens.
Yeah.
That was your fee. You get $5 to get something to eat, token to get home, token to get back downtown. Yeah. I'm in Greenburgh. There is no train going up to White Plains in Greenburgh. Greenberg.
Need a
like
little bit
that.
more.
Yeah.
So I had to figure something out.
Trying to
You know
find your
what
way
I'm
to
saying?
241st Street,
Absolutely.
White Plains Road to get
So
me down. Yeah.
we're gonna get to that.
Yeah. Or the Metro North.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but I was still
But the Metro
driving
North
though.
was the step up because you had to have that money to get on the
Yeah,
so-
but I was still driving though. So during this time now, I'm driving from Greenberg to the Vernon to meet Groove.
Okay.
And then we drive downtown. You understand what I'm saying? To the office.
Right.
But then after a while, it's like as I started getting deeper and deeper into the industry and trying to figure things out, I started losing, my street flow, my street hustle.
Right.
Because you can't have one foot in and out.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, let me figure this out. So I told Groove, I said, yo, Groove. During this time, Puff was buying like 3-4 phones from me a week.
Okay.
Because they was burnouts.
Yeah.
So I told Groove, I said, yo, Groove, tell your man I'll give him 3-4 phones a week for free if he just let me get next to him or whatever the case. So Groove was like, all right, cool. I'm not even sure if Groove even mentioned it to him yet. But remember now, I'm Leote Blacknor's intern. So I already know Puff's itinerary before it even gets to him.
Right.
So I know Puff's about to come up. I tell Leote what my master plan is. Boom, boom, boom. She's like, yo, your man's about to come upstairs. So I met Puff at the door. I kind of lied. I said, yo, bro, I got a resume I'm putting together for you. I want to present it to you. I know you're about to leave town. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. He goes, all right, cool. Get it to me on Thursday. Yeah. So I was like, all right. No, he said get it to me on Friday, but I knew he was leaving Friday morning. Yeah. So when Thursday came, I presented it to him. Yeah. Shout out to Gwen Niles. Gwen Niles is originally from Greenberg, Valhalla. Gwen was the A&R admin at Bad Boy. Right. I went into Gwen's office. I was like, yo, Gwen, you got to help me put this resume together that I don't even have. Yeah. Mind you, I've only been at Bad Boy for like maybe a few months. Okay. She helps me put this this bootleg together. Discography resume together. Yeah. I stepped to homeboy as he comes upstairs. He's like, yo, all right, well, come with me to my first meeting. My first meeting with Puff.
So Puff was actually reading a resume back then? Like, he'll take a resume, he want to read it, you think? Because he seemed like he was more...
It's protocol.
I don't think he actually...
It's protocol back then.
I don't even think he...
Because it's business.
Yeah, I don't think he actually...
He got to do business.
Read my resume.
Because if he want to mess with you, he's just going to mess with you.
Right. But you still had to do it the legal business way.
Right. But he was checking my flow and peeping my flow from me rocking with Black and Groove already. Okay. And who was this kid from Greenberg that's coming to the office?
So let me see this. Okay,
I was wearing so much low, they thought I was from BK. He thought I was from B Gay. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So they was like, okay. So my actual first meeting, my interview was pretty much Puff going to the spa and I'm babysitting Justin.
Okay.
That was my interview.
Right.
Next day, he was like, all right, cool. Just meet me at the crib the next day. And
where's the crib at? Scarsdale?
At this time, no. The crib was on 35th Street.
That's the east side.
35th Street off of.
Yeah, he was on the east side.
Like between 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, he was on the east side.
No, between 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, he was on the east side. I remember that. Yeah.
So, it was a duplex apartment.
Duplex, right?
2-bedroom joint, whatever.
Right.
So now, I'm making moves with Puff, and it started getting crazy because now I'm completely trying to figure this out, and I'm like, I can't keep selling this man bootleg phones. At the same time, I'm still running with these street cats that's putting these burners together.
Right.
Now I don't want it to turn into some liability or whatever in case
collateral
something
damage.
goes down.
Absolutely.
So, and by then, Bad Boy started getting money anyway.
Yeah.
Now here come the StarTex. Cats started rocking the StarTex phones. You know what I'm saying?
That changed the game.
So
crazy.
he didn't really need my phones like that anymore anyway. Yeah. So now I'm becoming Puff's personal liaison. I'm his driver. Yeah. I'm still helping Groove on set with photo shoots with Big,
multiple
Mace,
jobs.
LOX.
You all over.
I'm learning the game.
You with Puff.
So at this
Groove,
time,
right now.
everything.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm lit yet because Ribs is starting to touch now. You know what I'm saying?
You out the game, but you doing a lot of
right. But I'm still fly with it though.
I need to see some heavy paychecks.
Yeah. So
putting the pain in,
but you're not getting
results.
A consistent check.
So, but back then, as an intern, it wasn't about trying to ask for a check because in my head,
The big picture.
all it is the big picture, and I know is homeboy that I'm running with. You was an intern too for Dre.
Yeah.
So whatever, I'm washing the cars, whatever the case, go get gas, go get sneakers, kicks, whatever. But now it's turning to the point where it's hard for me to get up to Greenberg now. You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm like, he's like, yo, we leave the studio. It's like 4 a.m. Homeboy's like, yo, drop me off at the crib, put the car in the garage, figure it out. I'm like, all right.
Figure it out. What does that mean?
Okay, I'm going to show you how I figured it out.
Yeah.
Dropped him off, drove past the garage, straight to the FDR, straight to Greenberg.
Yes, sir.
In the whip.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Hello.
So
This
I
is
gotta
my
get home,
whip
man.
now.
Yeah.
I gotta get
Hello,
home.
it's
So
my
now,
whip.
At least
So-
for the time being.
Right.
it's my
So
whip.
whatever little bread I got in my pocket, I'm stopping at Branson. I'm getting the triangle bags. I go to the block.
Hola.
I'm pulling up in the
Yeah,
500
yeah,
sedan,
hola.
the black
Yeah.
sedan. It might be the
Doing you.
silver drop.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not
You conscious.
showboating.
Yeah, you conscious.
But at the same time, y'all know where I've been and why I haven't really been coming to the block
And I
lately.
deserve this right now.
Let me
I
show
deserve
y'all
this moment.
really
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
So I get the
yeah.
whole block lit real
Yeah,
quick.
lit.
You know what I'm saying?
Give him a little taste.
Yeah. Start playing BI references.
Yeah. All
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
Exclusive
Early,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
exclusive shit.
yeah.
So then I'm like,
And
you know
disappear
what?
on niggas like, I'm going to catch
Quick,
y'all.
right, because now I know that I got to get some type of rest, but be back downtown by 7. Wipe the car down real quick so it don't
never
look
going.
crazy. Put it back in the parking lot. Run back around the corner. Get to Duke's crib on 35th real quick.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's go.
You
Ready
know,
to
we
go.
got
That's
an 8
so
o'clock.
real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying? So that was the flow, son,
No,
for a
that's
minute.
what's up. Yeah.
So I would say to the point where I started thinking like, I can't keep taking this man's
And I don't want to do
whips
this
to the
charade.
crib.
Right.
And it's not looking good.
Yeah.
God forbid something happens to that whip. I can't pay for that 500 like that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, 7 months go by. Your man comes downstairs. I think I was probably living with Puff for like 4 or 5 months before he even figured it out that I was staying with him at the crib. He comes downstairs like 3, 4 in the morning. And he's like, yo, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I couldn't make it uptown.
Yeah.
We got to figure it out. Leote kind of knew that I was already staying at the crib already.
Yeah.
I was like, but you got a 7:30. So what are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's really that pretty much.
And it was
what-
cool. It was
what
all good. Right.
I wouldn't say it was cool because I just like moved into Duke's crib. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Without
okay.
telling him, like, this is his crib.
Yeah.
But yet and still, I was a hustler. He knew what I was doing. I was handling BI for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it came to the point where, you know, he was just like, all right, to where we get up in the morning and be like, yo, go get the car. Go get the car.
go.
Because
Yeah.
now I'm his driver. I'm the intern.
So
You know what I'm saying? Uncle Paulie and everybody's meeting us at the crib. You know what I'm saying?
so now let's fast forward to the point where you're not an intern no more. When do you get on payroll and how?
Jeez. I didn't get on payroll till, put it like this. I did 11 to 12 years at Bad Boy.
Right.
I didn't get on payroll until like maybe my 7th year.
Okay.
And that was because for the bullshit that goes on in the industry, if you not coming into the industry with that name already as an exec, or if you went to college or you got a degree and you're known for this marketing genius or whatever the case may be, you're just not getting on payroll like that.
Payroll like that. Okay.
So remember, I had to create my position.
Create your position. Okay.
So what happened was Groove outgrew the company. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is during the time of after Big's untimely demise. You know what I'm saying? Groove started building his brand, and that kind of left me in the office. I still didn't have a position yet, even after Groove left.
Wow.
They started hiring these
Yeah.
these other
Yeah.
whack outside
Yeah,
stylists
yeah,
to do
yeah,
certain
yeah.
jobs and all of that. So to the point where I was just started doing these photo shoots on my own. And it was the relationships that I built
Over the
rocking
years.
with Groove throughout the years
Right.
that I can make these calls on my own. You understand what I'm saying?
That's dope. Okay.
So, you know, during this time now, it was kind of crazy because I didn't become a stylist at the company until like the second generation of Bad Boy. So we talking
the new wave
Shine
after
Poe,
Groove. Yeah.
Black Rob,
All that.
G-Dep,
All up.
you know what I'm saying? That next flow that was coming in. Mace's Welcome Back flow. You know what I'm saying?
That.
After after his retirement, after his first retirement, he comes back
later. Right.
So then, you know, I start doing these photo shoots and these videos for all the artists. Right. So that's how I was eating my food because I knew how to separate the budget from based upon whatever the treatment was for a video and how many looks that the artist needed, and whether if I had to do, you know, other characters in the video, whatever the case may be, I would figure the budget out based upon my relationships with other folks. Right. So now I knew I wouldn't have to really, you know, spend as much to go shopping, but I can figure out how to get product placement and build my relationship with these brands. Yeah. Look, this is who I'm working with. Yeah. I can help blow your brand up.
Yeah.
Make me look good. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You gotta down back.
At the same time, now now I know how to figure out the budget and eat food off the budget.
That's what's up.
You understand what I'm saying?
What's up. Yeah.
Before I even found out that there actually is a styling fee that's separate from a wardrobe budget. Wow. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I didn't start learning that till later on, to where one of the assistants, Puff, would start coming to the shoots and be like, yo, Playboy, like, so he starts seeing Robbio and Depp, they fly, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, he's like, yo, Playboy, where's my stuff at? And I was like, I started lying to him again. I was like, well, I got it. I got a separate stash for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry, I got you. Yeah. Then it turned into where somebody in office was like, yo, why don't you just have Mike B style you? So then now that relationship that we had already from when I was staying with him at the crib and I was his liaison, I already knew his morning routines. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So now I'm meeting him again at the crib early in the morning, putting his looks together based upon what his itinerary is for that week or for that day, or if we're going to Saint-Tropez or wherever we going, Paris, whatever we going. Right. So I was able to put those looks together. So this is like after BI, I would say like 98, 99, 2000.
Okay.
And now I'm just starting to really figure myself out and see that, okay, now I have a niche. Not only do I have a niche, I'm making a mark and a placement. Mike B is the in-house stylist at Bad Boy.
Got you. Okay.
So, you know, I'm doing the Shine Poe videos. We go to JA, we do the Bad Boy video and all of that. We doing special delivery, let's get it, and all of that. So I would probably say my first.
What about Total? You was doing Total too?
I didn't do Total.
Carl Thomas?
I didn't do Carl Thomas because they felt like I could have styled Carl, but they felt like this was the pigeonhole that was starting to begin for Mike B. Okay. Mike B is the hip hop, the rapper. He does the MCs, like, you know what I'm saying? The rappers at the label.
But he had you in a genre.
Carl Thomas is R&B.
Oh, it was different.
They didn't think Mike B could do Carl Thomas. Okay. Oh, bro, that was easy as a layup because I was rocking with Groove when Groove was styling Usher early. So I knew the R&B.
Yeah, you knew that.
You understand what I'm saying?
But they didn't see it that way.
Exactly. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'll get it how I can. Right. But I know something's going to happen.
And you're building relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I would probably say the first aha moment started when special delivery came about. Right. Not only did I design each and every outfit for special delivery, the concept was, of course, it was kind of based off of like FedEx. Right. So not only did I draw the artwork for the Bad Boy logo for the FedEx sign, right? I didn't draw it by hand, but it was my idea. I sat down with the graphic designer. I said, no, we need to do this like
Mm-hmm.
The artwork needs to look like FedEx.
And Harv Pierre was in charge of that whole project,
Absolutely,
correct?
absolutely.
Yeah, I remember that.
So so I not only designed each and everybody's outfit for that joint, I did the artwork for the vid,
Right.
and I guess that's when it starts to. I start getting more recognition now. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll say
Right.
that, and then
Right.
it turned into the
And I want to say real quick,
"Let's Get It" video and all of that.
I want to say real quick, the G-Dep project was a dope project that I felt like
Very underrated.
very underrated. The marketing should have been better. It should that project should have been taken a little more serious. Cause G-Dep had like 9 songs that was dope.
Yeah. Robbie O's album too was dope too. Black Rob was dope too.
G-Dep was incredible, man. He had
Black Rob album's definitely dope.
G-Dep had like 9 songs. Now,
style
I
Black
could
Rob?
listen to the whole.
You style Black Rob?
Yeah, did Black Rob also as well.
Okay.
Style
I could
Rob.
listen to the whole G-Dep album. That's how hard it was. You know what I'm saying?
dope.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was.
that was dope.
But there was a moment of time where a lot of folks didn't really know it was Woe that was keeping the lights on.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No. Whoa, at the
Woe-
time, Mace left.
Yes.
And then
Mace
Woe
left.
came.
Right.
Woe just took over the whole
Right.
flow.
It took the flow.
It took the flow.
And that
then-
video was dope, the Whoa
Right.
video.
And
Big
then
video.
there was then the buildings went down. And then that was 9/11 flow.
Right.
Then after the buildings went down, then it was the whole Not Guilty flow.
Right.
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
guilty. Right.
And then that's where after the Not Guilty flow kind of empowered me to move even further, because now I'm not just the in-house stylist, I'm not just Puff's personal stylist, but now Sean John is starting to pop off. And
Sean
that's
John.
where I become co-creative director by default at Sean John, because I
that's
was
dope.
Puff's personal stylist.
Okay.
So
he wants you to handle that too.
so he had me handling all of that and dealing and working with Dowie. Shout out to Dowie Chow. At the time, Dowie was the creative. He was brought in as the creative director as Sean John. So there was a point where we were trying to figure out and build the line based around Puff's lifestyle.
Okay.
Now, it wasn't just Puff as the rapper, but folks didn't understand Puff was more of he was a philanthropy, he was a marathon runner.
Right.
He was the
whole bunch
producer.
of stuff at the time.
He
Yeah.
was
Whole
all
bunch of
of
stuff
the
at the
above.
time. Yeah.
So me being his personal shopper, I knew what he liked,
Okay.
and I knew how to help Dowie build certain and particular collections
Okay.
around Puff's lifestyle to bring y'all the collection of Sean John.
Got you.
Then it turned into being co-creative director for the Sean John fashion shows, you know what I'm saying, which was also dope.
Now tell us a little bit about. I know Puff picked up Tyson Beckford. Is that correct?
I wouldn't say he picked
to
be in the show. Yes,
To be in the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Because
at the time, Tyson was still a Ralph Lauren model.
right. But then Ralph Lauren, there was a little beef because remember they told him not to get more tattoos. He got tattoos. Then they wanted to get him out the contract.
Right.
And then Puff used that opportunity because of the tattoos. Like, yo,
Right.
come on over here, Sean
Right.
John.
Right.
I'll make you the face of Sean John and all that. And then he did the Rip the Runway. Because I went to that party at 10 June.
Right.
That's where I met Denzel Washington at.
Right.
Am I saying it right, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mike, I'm outside.
Absolutely. You're
I'm
right.
outside
You're
a little
right.
bit.
You're right. You're right.
Shout out to Moneymike. I'm outside. Yeah. So
He gave Tice a little side deal, a nice
Right.
side deal
Right.
actually.
nice side though. Okay.
Yeah, I would say a nice side deal because during that time Tyson broke the record for I think his contract was crazy.
Yeah,
at
his
Ralph,
contract was crazy.
you know what I'm
Ralph.
saying? And him being the first
Yeah.
significant black
He was the black
bald
supermodel.
head model
Yeah, he was
coming
that.
into the
He was
game.
it. Yeah, he
he
was
was
know what I'm
black.
saying?
He was a
He
black
was
boy
the it guy.
supermodel. Because remember, they had the other guy who opened up the restaurant in New Rochelle that was the black supermodel for Ralph Lauren. He had the restaurant in New Rochelle. But I'll get back to that. I can't remember the restaurant. But Tyson Beckford pushed the envelope a little bit. They told him about the tattoos. He pushed the envelope a little bit on that. You know what I'm saying? But the money was crazy though.
Yeah.
For him.
And during that time too, that was the first time that doing a fashion show was the first time at that caliber for an urban street brand
Right.
to do a fashion show not only to set it off in Bryant Park during the Mercedes-Benz time, when Mercedes-Benz was behind it, but then to go off track and be the first to do a show inside Cipriani's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all them exclusive spots.
That was crazy.
Cipriani's definitely
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, so during then, that I would say was like the equivalent to when Kanye did his presentation at the Garden.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? For the first Yeezy show. Gotcha. So that was major.
So at this point, you're on payroll. Things are flowing. You're in a good space.
Yeah.
That's safe to say?
401k is starting to kick in.
Yeah. Okay.
Medical benefits.
Yeah, benefits
You know
and all
what I'm
that.
saying? I can
Nice
go get
check,
my first
consistent.
glass. Now I can start getting my glasses now because I got my prescription. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Got you. So now your I guess your salary, your paycheck, your structure. So is there any bonus incentives anywhere in here in your situation, or not yet, or what?
Well, there was always a bonus. Even as an intern, one thing I could say, you know, Puff definitely tried to make sure that we got like a Christmas bonus too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
or if you gave a good idea, it's like, did you get recognized for that? If someone gave a good idea, like, yo, you know, I'm gonna throw him something for that, or boom, or
it would probably be like, okay, Mike B, but you wouldn't get like an extra shrimp on the grill.
It's not like here's 50,000. It's like
okay,
yo, good
Mike,
job. Good job. We'll talk later.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Like
so
that.
It was like one of those, like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But But for me, I was never looking for accolade because I was just trying to just make a name for myself right now and just really show my work ethic. And like, because during this time I was kind of being pigeonholed because it was Mike B is just a stylist at Bad Boy. Right. But folks never really looked past that and never realized that, okay, yeah, Mike B is the in-house stylist at Bad Boy, but each and every artist at Bad Boy is their own individual different character, different type of music, different type of style. You understand what I'm saying? Let alone Puff is like 21 different monsters. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So that in itself, folks never really looked at that, right? Right. Which was cool, which also made it easy for me because then now when I started to fade out and try and build my own brand. Shout out to Brandy Simpkins. She became my first agent, and Brandy just had this idea of that.
She became your first agent for Bogart.
No, for Mike B as a stylist.
Oh,
you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, separate that. Okay.
Bogart was always around because they were calling me Bogey in the office. Bogart became a name in the office because as I was this in-house stylist, I got my company LLC'd early. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So my company was established in like 99. Right. So when they started seeing me turning these invoices and they started trying to figure out, well, who is Bogart Management and Consulting LLC? I was like, that's me. They was like, what is that? Bogart is basically building organizations geared around real deals. So that's how that came about, from Balloon and Shan calling me Bogey in the office. Shout out to Slim Pickens too. Slim was always calling me Bogey as well. But Brandy now coming along was like, Mike, we need to start letting people know that you are a stylist, and a personal shopper and a curator. Yeah,
because that's a whole different entity.
So she started booking me for these jobs. So I started working with from Pitbull to T-Pain to Yo Gotti.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Robinson Cano.
Oh, that was dope.
Chris Brown.
What's her name again?
Brandy Simpkins.
Shout out to Brandy Simpkins.
Brandy Simpkins is the B-Link.
Okay.
Her brand, her boutique was the B-Link Group.
And where she's at today?
Brandy is in Jersey. She has a children's nursery. Every once in a while, she's still like my mentor. If I get like a big project, she will help me with a project or two. She's still around. She's
That's dope.
Big sis.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
And what it started turning into was Mike B started being the go-to guy for developing images for these upcoming artists, for these new upcoming artists.
Right. For sure.
So you got the Chris Browns, and then it started turning into these young NBA athletes that are coming into the league, from D Wade and Melo early.
Right. And Melo, yeah, I remember that.
So, but those relationships also started developing through doing Sean John campaigns as well,
Right.
too.
Yeah.
So there was a huge Sean John campaign called the B campaign, where I styled Future, in that he was,
that was dope.
be
Future was on the rise.
futuristic.
Yeah, he was on the rise.
Nas was in the campaign. Be Illmatic.
Right.
Al Sharpton, be a philanthropist.
Right. I remember that.
Fat Five Freddy was be I think it was be artistic, because he was in the art world. That campaign was dope, and I would probably say that was after that campaign started to skyrocket my career.
That's dope. That's dope.
Along with Brandy putting me with these new upcoming artists.
So real quick, we about to wrap up the show. I'm gonna say this as far as with Mike B. One of the people that you just recently styled, I seen the guy from what's the guy who just died, the rapper? Powers in My Lawn.
Plug 2.
Right. He died.
True Goy.
And you
De La
styled
Soul.
De La Soul. You styled this man.
Yeah.
Remember they did something big that
But I was working with them prior to that.
No, that's dope.
Which
But
was crazy.
But you
Shout out to Pete Rock. Pete Rock did the video too from Memory Lane. It's crazy.
Shout out to Pete Rock. Pete, you
last
gotta
video
call
I
me,
did
Pete. Gotta call me.
Last
call
video
Pete.
I did with them was called Memory Lane,
Right.
and featuring Estelle. Pete Rock did that track also as
Right.
well. And that video was like the first time that they had actually wore like tuxedos.
Right.
And that
And
was
you
like,
styled him for that.
Yeah, and I styled
And you
him for
also styled him for Dave Chappelle. They did like a tribute to Homeboy when he died.
Oh no,
Was that planned or no?
That was Jimmy Fallon.
Okay, but
Jimmy Fallon.
But Dave Chappelle, like he was on stage.
Oh no, that was no.
Wherever you
that
styled
was,
Homeboy.
That was the celebration and the launch of them getting their masters back.
Oh, that's what that was.
And Dave,
And then they
was at the
celebrated his
show,
death.
and
Dave was at the
that
show.
was at,
Everybody was on stage and stuff like that. And you styled the coat that he had on. Webster Hall.
Webster Hall.
And you
yes,
styled the
yes.
coat he had on.
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
outfit,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
I
You
put the
styled
whole
it,
look
right?
together for them.
Yeah, you styled that.
The leather flight jacket.
Shout out to Mike B. Mike B is in the game. That's current. That's current. That's like 2 months ago, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So we're gonna have to do a part 2. Part 2 is gonna be talking about more about Mike B and his brand Bogart. There's so much to talk about. Mike B, I love that you came out here. It's always love with
Absolutely.
you.
Always
Your-
love
your-
Your story is incredible because we can
look,
go
it's
on.
nothing but
My
love. That's why we
engineer,
gotta do a part
my
2,
engineer is
absolutely.
like, yo, Mike, shut up, and it's over. Listen, glad to have you on the Nothing But Love show.
Appreciate you.
Listen,
Ain't even cracked the surface, bro.
yeah, we didn't even crack the surface, but we're gonna do the part 2 and get right to it.
Right.
Stay
love.
tuned, stay locked in. Nothing But Love podcast. Love y'all.